Every year when the leaves start to fall, I find myself thinking about frosty mornings, pumpkins, and apple cider. Well, lucky for us here in Maryland, we make some pretty good apple cider, which is why we're here at Distillery Lane Ciderworks in Frederick County to sample some of the very best.
Rob Miller and his family moved to this historic farm back in 2000 and started planting apple trees.
And of course, we've been adding them over the years. We take things out and add new ones.
Today, Rob has over 3,000 trees and over 40 varieties.
About a third of them are sort of older heritage varieties. Like in the row next to us is Roxbury Russet, the oldest apple thought to originate in America. We grow hard cider apples, which are largely inedible, but they make a wonderful cider because they're either very tannic or acidic. And then we grow about a third of the apples are these apples that are for eating out of hand or for baking.
While the apples may vary, the actual process of making cider has been the same for centuries.
First step is we bring the apples in from the cooler, dump them onto a sorting table where we check and see if there's anything that's not quite up to par.
Oh, there's a perfect one.
Yeah,
I hate to see it go.
You can keep it.
Perfect apples make perfect cider.
Once checked, they run through a washer and then on to an elevator to a grinder.
So it turns the apples instantly into sort of an applesauce consistency.
From there, the newly formed apple pulp is pumped through this hose to the hydraulic press, where the apple pomace is spread into wooden forms. And yes, it's a rather juicy job. Once filled, they are wrapped in cloth, which will strain the juice from the pulp.
So we press about 15, 16 bushels of apples at a time. Takes about 20 minutes, and out of that, we'll get about 50 gallons of cider.
Today, we're making hard cider, so the raw juice is pumped into these vats, where cider maker Tim Rose will work some fermentation magic.
So this will wake up the yeast, and in about an hour when it's cooled down, we'll see a lot of foaming action.
The length of the fermenting process depends on the type of hard cider being produced and how it's stored.
Oh, wow, look at these barrels. What do you have aging here?
In one of these Sagamore rye whiskey barrels, we put some very nice cider.
To make Distillery Lane's Rio sparkling cider, Tim uses rye whiskey barrels to age the cider, mixing the tart apples with the honey tones of whiskey.
It smells very fresh, and I'm getting a little, what I think is caramel.
Typically vanilla.
That's it,
Yeah.
yes. Will there be a little of a sparkle in this?
We will carbonate this, yeah,
Oh.
we will indeed. So this will be a beautiful, sparkling, off-dry Rio cider.
A lot of ways to enjoy that, I'll tell you.
And of course, one way is in Distillery Lane's tasting room for a sample of the final product.
Tim, I'm really happy to have this tasting that you set up for me. What do you want me to try today?
I want you to try our Lamella della Notte, the night apple. It is our Pomo.
And a Pomo is a barely fermented cider with some distilled cider put in?
With spirit, yes. Spirits made from distilled hard cider.
How about that?
It's wonderfully sweet, beautifully aromatic, a little bit strong.
That's okay.
And it's meant for drinking after dinner. There you go.
I've heard so much about this, I really am eager to try it.
So this has lived in a used bourbon barrel for a year after we blend it.
Cheers. Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable.
Delightful, isn't it?
It's really good. It's really good. It's a very serious cider.
Thanks, it is wonderful.
Tim, what else do you have here?
This is our Kingston Black Sparkling. It's dry. The second one is our Witch's Brew. The third one is our distilled cider. And then on the end is our Kingston Black barrel aged.
Oh, this is great. We'd like to put some information about your ciderworks on our website so people can try it. Go to mpt.org/farm and we'll have it there for you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Maryland Farm and Harvest. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. To learn more about our show and watch full episodes, check out mpt.org/farm or just click the link in the description.